December 7th, 1941, a date which will live in infamy. The United States of America was suddenly and deliberately attacked by naval and air forces of the Empire of Japan. The United States was at peace with that nation, and at the solicitation of Japan, was still in conversation with its government and its emperor, looking toward the maintenance of peace in the Pacific. The attack yesterday on the Hawaiian Islands has caused severe damage to American naval and military forces.
In the 1930s, tension escalated in both Europe and Asia. Adolf Hitler's aggressive expansionist policies in Europe and the Japanese invasion of China signaled growing threats to global stability. The U.S. initially adopted a policy of neutrality, hoping to avoid getting entangled in foreign conflicts. The United States' involvement in World War II began with providing aid to allies through the Lend-Lease Act and escalated with the attack on Pearl Harbor. The U.S. contributed significantly to the war efforts through military action, industrial production, technological innovation, and diplomatic initiatives. The U.S. employed an island-hopping strategy which involved selectively capturing key islands while bypassing heavily fortified ones. This approach aimed to create a stepping stone path towards Japan while avoiding prolonged and costly battles. The Battle of Guadalcanal, Iwo Jima, and Okinawa were critical steps in this strategy. Naval warfare played a significant role in the Pacific theater. The United States Navy engaged in several major battles, including the Battle of Midway in June of 1942, where the U.S. successfully repelled Japanese forces and turned the tide of the war in the Pacific. In the European theater, American forces, alongside Allied partners, engaged in crucial battles such as the Normandy Landing, also known as D-Day, in 1944, which marked the beginning of the liberation of Western Europe from Nazi control.
Soldiers, sailors, and airmen of the Allied Expeditionary Force,
you are about to embark upon the great crusade toward which we have striven these many months. The eyes of the world are upon you. The hopes and prayers of liberty-loving people everywhere march with you. In company with our brave allies and brothers in arms on other fronts, you will bring about the destruction of the German war machine, the elimination of Nazi tyranny over the oppressed peoples of Europe, and security for ourselves in a free world. Your task will not be an easy one. Your enemy is well-trained, well-equipped, and battle-hardened. He will fight savagely. But this is the year 1944. Much has happened since the Nazi triumphs of 1940-41. The United Nations have inflicted upon the Germans great defeats in open battle, man to man. Our air offensive has seriously reduced their strength in the air and their capacity to wage war on the ground. Our home fronts have given us an overwhelming superiority in weapons and munitions of war, and placed at our disposal great reserves of trained fighting men. The tide has turned. The free men of the world are marching together to victory. I have full confidence in your courage, devotion to duty, and skill in battle. We will accept nothing less than full victory. Good luck, and let us all beseech the blessing of Almighty God upon this great and noble undertaking.